Ladies and gentlemen, good day and welcome to Rico Auto Industries Q1 FY2024 earnings conference call hosted by Essential Technologies Private Limited. As a reminder, all participant lines will be in the listen-only mode and there will be an opportunity for you to ask questions after the presentation concludes. Should you need assistance during the conference call, please signal an operator by pressing star then 0 on your touchtone phone. Please note that this conference is being recorded. I now hand the conference over to Mr. Vijay Gyanchandani from Essential Technologies Private Limited. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Thank you. Welcome to Rico Auto Industries Q1 FY2024 earnings conference call. From the management, we have today Mr. Arvind Kapoor, Chairman, CEO and Managing Director, Mr. R.K. Miglani, Executive Director, Mr. Rakesh Sharma, CFO, and Mr. B.M. Jam, Company Secretary. Now I request Mr. Arvind Kapoor to take us through the key remarks. After that, we can open the floor for the Q&A session. Thank you and over to you, sir.
Kapoor, and I'm sitting here in the boardroom of Rico Auto with my colleagues who are all here with me. And firstly, I'd like to apologize for having the investor call today. We should have had it on the same day as the board meeting, that is on the 11th. But unfortunately or fortunately, one of our directors was overseas. He was in Canada. And so the timing, we finished our board meeting around 6:30 in the evening. So then it became difficult to have an investor call immediately after that. So being a long weekend, Mondays, we were advised that there's no point in doing it because many people will not be able to participate. So the earliest was 16. But in future, we have to take care, and in case such a situation arises, we will have our board meeting early morning, and so that by the evening we can definitely have the call in case there's a long weekend ahead. Otherwise, we assure you that in future we'll have the conference call either on the same day, investors call either on the same day or the following day. The market seems to be good, at least in the passenger vehicle section, and in general also the market is good if you look at the real estate, etc. But if you look, going by the GST collection that's taking place, that's been on the positive side. And so things seem to be shaping up in our country. We are very happy on that. The country is now getting into election mode, and so I think the next 1 year is going to be excitement both politically as well as there will be many freebies and other things that would be distributed in the market. There's a lot of investment and a lot of focus on semiconductors. We have all suffered because of that in the past, but we are hopeful that the investments that are taking place in the country, there would be enough available in the country itself. But at the moment also there is enough available in the world. There could be a problem of choice, but the semiconductors are available, and many productions are being lost because of that. But there could be some redistribution or reallocation of the semiconductors because of the availability of any particular type of conductors required. But a lot of investments are going to come in, and Taiwan is investing, Japan is also investing, and the US companies are also looking at India very positively to invest in the semiconductor industry in our country. So the passenger vehicles are doing well, and they're still waiting for the passenger vehicles. And like I said the last time, the more expensive the vehicle, the more the waiting. Two-wheelers is still a challenge. They keep on fluctuating. They are not up to the best that we've had, and we are not very certain as to what the future is. They keep on telling us again and again that the next quarter is going to be better or this quarter is going to be better. Now it's the season time which is around the corner, and we'll do better, but it has not happened. And we are hoping that there would be better sales and the rural markets actually pick up. If you look at the commercial vehicles, they were down the last quarter, but this quarter they seem to be bouncing back. We are hoping that the market would remain on the higher side, and the bus market would also improve further. So we're looking at that. The exports are okay, and we've done better than last time. And there's a lot of development that is actually taking place. A lot of sampling, etc., has also been done, and the approval processes are on. So gradually, our exports will also go up. We should see an improvement taking place. Now coming to the quarter, there was a reaction and there was a disappointment that was there. We've had, as far as the turnover is concerned, it's been less. One of our customers, Renault, they were down by almost 25-26%, and at the moment there is no visibility as to their revival. So we're not very sure. We are talking to them, and we are asking for better pricing, and or we are going to free the equipment which is lying in those lines so that we can use that equipment for all the new programs which are coming, so we don't have to do major investments. On the two-wheeler side, our main customer, Hero, they were down, and their market share also came down. But we as a company, we took a tough decision this time that we actually reduced some volume of components that we are supplying, primarily because there was a dispute as far as the pricing is concerned. And we've been requesting them for almost a year, and nothing had been done. But now there is some movement that is taking place. But we took a tough call because what is happening was every component we supplied, we were losing lots of money on price. So we took a tough call, and we did bounce it off the board also, and told them that our turnover will come down. We have promised better turnover, but it will come down. But the main reason is that we cannot sustain the losses which are coming in, because there is no end in sight as far as the price is concerned. Now the talks are taking place. Hopefully in the next 10-15 days there should be some settlement that will take place. It is not only us who were suffering. It was I think the whole supplier community was actually suffering to the two-wheeler industry. So we are hoping that this would get okay. But taking advantage of the situation, what we did was we did approach aggressively the other customers. So that is the Suzuki motorcycle and Honda motorcycle and Royal Enfield, and they have approved our plan. Now we started the process of sampling and sample making, etc., etc. The pricing that they are giving us is a lot better than the pricing that we were getting earlier from our main customer. So we took advantage of this what we did in the last quarter, and we got our approvals done, and hopefully by the end of third quarter, our supplies should commence to some of these customers, and this process is on. On the profitability front, there is an increased cost of manpower. I must tell you here that this is the quarter when we have a 3-year wage settlement with our unions, and the installments get due in the first quarter of the year, and that's why you see a change there. We did reduce our production, but we did not shunt out the workers because they all trained manpower, because we knew that if at all we reduce our production level for certain components, we would be requiring those people to come back to work with us in any case. There was the minimum salaries which the government allocates. Those were also revised. In Gujarat, they revised it by almost 4,700 rupees per month. And how much is it, about 20%? Over 20%. It's over 20% increase that they've given, and other states have also done the revision. So that whichever state is actually heading towards elections, they keep on increasing the salaries, and so that also had an impact on the salaries. But we are very confident that by the end of the year, this will level out, and we already have plans to cover up the total cost of the increase in salary cost. And by the end of the year, we will be back to whatever we had achieved last year. Our annual income would be exactly, or if not lesser than last year, or better than last year. So that we are very confident. On the power and fuel, this is a seasonal increase that you would notice. Every summer, we need to switch on our air handling units, the cooling arrangements and other things in the plants, and the cost actually goes up. If you compare it to the last year's same quarter, you find that the power cost was about the same level. Having said that, there was a slight price increase also, but that was not major. But this also will be covered because it gets balanced out in the balanced part of the year. And having said that, we have also getting solar and windmill power. Solar would be available in all the major plants by October end, and the windmill in Chennai would be available by January end. So we've already taken steps. We made the investments which are required to be done on this, and there is work which is already started on this. So this will also help us to reduce the power cost. So I think we should be, by the end of the year, our power cost should be lesser than the previous year. This will also help us to, not despite all this, we could maintain a double-digit EBITDA. But we are very confident that by the end of the year, our EBITDA would be better than whatever we achieved last year. This is as per the promise that every quarter we'll see change, but this quarter has been exceptional, primarily because of some of the tough calls we had to take. But we had to do it. There was no choice that was left on us. And this question. Okay. So then there is an increase in inventory also. We'll talk about it as we come to the question and answer form. That is it from me, and I think we open it to the questions and answers, and I'm sure people are waiting to be asking us the questions.
Thank you very much. We will now begin the question and answer session. Anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on their touchtone telephone. If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2.
I'd like to add one more point here. In the last meeting, we had said that our turnover this year would be in the region of 2,700 crores, which included about 80 to 100 crores of defense supplies. There would be a slight revision here. We are now talking of 2,600 crores approximately. That's what our turnover will be, with 80 to 100 crores of defense supplies. That's one thing I would like to add here. Yeah, please catch up.
If you wish to remove yourself from the question queue, you may press star and 2. Participants are requested to use handset while asking a question. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll wait for a moment while the question queue assembles. A short reminder to the participant, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. First question is from the line of Harsh Vasa from SBI Capital Securities. Please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you, sir, for the opportunity. So actually, I just missed out on the few points which you had told earlier. So what was the reason behind the decrease in turnover? Like, what was the reason behind that?
What was it?
The turnover was less due to what? So actually, there was a lot of disturbance coming, so I could not hear. So I just missed on that. Could you please repeat it?
No, you were asking why the turnover was less.
Yeah, you told that there were some 2 reasons, like one of your customers, something.
I get your question now. Okay.
Yeah.
See, one is that Renault, one of our customers in our Chennai plant, their productions have come down by almost 25-26%. Their exports are also down, and the domestic market is also down. That is one. And number 2 was the supplies to our main customer, the two-wheeler plant, Hero. They were also down, and they were down. B, we also curtailed some of the supplies to them, primarily because the prices that we were getting were not fair. And we have been requesting them for almost a year and a half, or year actually. And now there is some movement that's taken place, and hopefully I think the next 10 to 15 days that revision should take place, and we should be back to normal.
Okay, sir. Thank you, and all the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Deepak Poddar from Sapphire Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yes, Mr. Deepak, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Thank you very much, sir, for the opportunity. Sir, I just wanted to understand first up, you spoke about a lot of, disappointment that happened in this quarter, right? The problem of the Renault client, even on the Hero side. So I just wanted to understand, why you didn't give a heads up to the market. We had a last call on 30th May, right, when we were like 2 months into the first quarter. So why was this issue not discussed in the fourth quarter call, where you could have highlighted, right, these were the issues that we are facing right now? I mean, this would not have cropped up in 1-2 months, right?
No, what you're saying is correct. We should have taken it up, but we were hoping that the settlement would have taken place and we would be back to normal. And the Renault also we have been discussing, and they kept on saying, but give us another 10 days, 15 days, and the exports are going to start again. So this is a false commitment that the customer kept on giving us again and again. And as far as the two-wheeler part is concerned, we were pressing them almost on a daily basis, and they had assured us that the settlement would take. No, they've been talking about the settlement for almost, we've been asking them for over a year, but they've been talking for the last 6 months. So it is hope against hope. This is what actually happened. So what they're saying is correct. We should have brought it up in the last meeting. That's we stand the way, and future we will do that.
Yeah, that would be our request, that if you find any such issues, I think that right in the con call you should have put a heads up or something like that to the investor community, right? That this is what the problem is.
Yeah, you're so right. I think we should have actually taken it all into the conference last time. That is
the reason I'm saying that even in the last quarter you were of the view that quarter on quarter we would be seeing EBITDA margin improvement, right? We were at 12% EBITDA margin.
Yeah. See, we were hoping that the price settlement would take place and our purane bhi paise mil jayenge and EBITDA would improve in any case. So we were very confident of that. But the delays just kept on, and so the water went above our head. We are sorry for that. We will keep this in mind. We will do that in future.
Okay, sure. Thank you, sir. And now on the defense side, you said 80 to 100 crores. So aren't you seeing more traction on the defense side, because there's a lot of optimism in this segment, right?
Yeah, I know. The optimism is almost triple this, but we are committing 80 to 100 crores primarily because this is the first time that these big orders are going to start flowing in. And once they start flowing in, then this goes up to quite a large number. But till it, defense is, there are some things we've been working at defense for the last 5 years. And, there's always a slip between the cup and the lip. So we get very wary of that. Till we actually have it with us, we did not commit the larger number, to be honest with you.
But are we bidding? Are you increasing the bidding pipeline in this segment?
Yeah, the bidding pipeline and the number of and the variety of items which are there has also gone up, and there are the orders have been placed in some cases, but till we get everything in place, we did not talk of these numbers.
Okay, understood. And on the margin,
but let me tell you, after so many years, is the first time we actually getting excited about the defense of what is happening. And we will share with you what all we will be supplying in the next meeting, or even we'll try to have a meeting earlier than that once the orders get finalized and we start working on it. Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I understand. And now you're saying in the EBITDA margin front, by year end, what we expect to will be better than whatever we achieved in FY23, right? So you expect EBITDA margin to, fall down further in coming quarters?
No, we will be 11% plus by the end for the year as a whole. 11%
plus, including other income, right?
No. That's separate.
Excluding other income.
Yeah.
EBITDA margin 11%. And in terms of business, I mean, do we have an aspiration medium to long term of 14-15% kind of a margin aspiration? Can we have that actually, or will it?
Generally, our target is that next year we should be in the region of about 30. Next year we should be 12% plus, between 12 and 13%. And what is happening is the newer items which are coming to production, those are with better margins than all the older items which are there. So, and the new items we are bidding are all in better EBITDA levels. In some cases, we are talking of much higher EBITDA levels.
12-13%, right?
Yeah, once the defense kicks in, what you are saying, we'll cross that very easily.
Okay, understood. Fair enough, sir. I think that's it from my side. All the very best to you. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. We are sorry for not informing you the last time.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, before we move to the next question, a reminder to the participant, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1. Next question is from the line of Dipesh Sancheti from Manya Finance. Please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Am I?
Yes, you are audible. Please go ahead.
Dipesh.
For the call. It would really help and we won't have to, repeat the questions. Hello?
Yeah.
Yeah. Just a request for the investor presentation before the every call. I just wanted to know about what is the debt situation right now?
The debt situation remains the same as it was at the end of the year. And by this year end, like we promised earlier also, that our debt will start coming down. At present, it is at the same level. There is no increase or decrease, although we have made repayments also. But working capital is also, that need is there because of the expanding business. So because of that, at present, it is at the same level.
Okay. What is the percentage of sales from in this quarter from Hero?
So, come again, please.
What is the percentage of sales from Hero in this quarter?
28%.
48. 28%. Okay. And from the EV business, how much are we getting? How much sales, how much percentage of sales are we expecting in this year?
We are expecting 12% plus, but I can give EV is about 12%. So 50%, So we did 12% last year. This year we are expecting to be 15%.
15%. Okay. And are we supplying to any pure EV players, or are we only supplying to Toyota as a major customer in the hybrid model?
No. Our main customer is BMW in Germany. We've been supplying for last 8-9 years now.
Okay.
Pure EV. Not hybrid. You're talking of pure EV, huh?
Pure EV, yes. I'm talking about pure EV.
Yeah, we've been supplying to BMW, to PSA, Stellantis now, Renault, for the last almost 8-9 years now. Okay, development started in 16 and we were supplying since 2017-18.
Okay, and are we looking at even supplying to any of the local players over here in India?
We will supply to anybody and everybody. As far as the passenger vehicles are concerned, what is happening is that it's a very slow traction that's actually taking place. And more so it's in the two-wheelers, and two-wheelers probably become much faster than the passenger vehicles. So what we are estimating is by 2030, the total would be in the region of about 7.7 to 7.5 million vehicles. Out of which 50% would be 50 to 55% would be IC engine, and about 25 to 30% would be the hybrids, and about 15 to 20% would be the electric. That's what we are estimating, and that's what we were interacting with the government also, that we are estimating. And because, there are a lot of infrastructure and other things which are required to be still installed, I think that process is taking place. And but we are interacting with anybody and everybody, and we are always there.
And are we planning any capex in this year?
Beg your pardon?
Are we planning any capex in this?
No, there is, what is happening is, the capex is normally about, I think 60-70 crores. That's what we would be spending. That's mainly the maintenance capex, and there would be some balancing equipment which is required for, like Maruti increase the volumes for, we become a single source of many components to Maruti, and for the oil pumps and the oil pans, and they increase the volumes from, they gave us a commitment of 1,500, now they want 2,500. So for that we are putting some balancing equipment. So that sort of thing we are doing. And but there is a major capex for any new project like we done for Toyota. That is not at the moment. And what we started doing is we started taking on, now most of the equipment that we have is fungible. We can shift from a normal component to electric component to a hybrid component to any component that we would like to machine. So we do that shifting. Almost 85% of equipment is fungible. It's 15% which is very specific to the component. So we have flexible manufacturing system with us in any case.
Oh, that's great. Okay. Fine. If there's any other question, I'll get into the queue. But just another request, if you can have the investor presentation given before every call, it will be great for us to go through and ask better questions.
Oh, okay. In fact, the investor's presentation was uploaded, I think 1 month back only. And earnings release has been done today. So investor's presentation also we'll try to update every time.
Yeah, but why can't you give this earlier? You can give this earlier also.
Obviously, same results ka part.
Same.
Earnings release also we'll like to release the same day.
Whenever you go to say it within next day, put it in the thing. Oh, same day, put it there. Same day we can.
Okay.
It's the same thing you'll be doing. Why are we delaying it? We'll do that, Dick.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Chetan Dhruva, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you for the opportunity. And one question, a clarification actually. So you had mentioned that you were targeting around 2,600 crores of revenue and 80 to 100 crores of revenue would be coming from defense. Is that over and above the 2,600 crores or is it part of that, sir?
Oh, that is good. Earlier last time in the last meeting we had mentioned 2,700 crores including defense 100 crores. And this time we are revising that to 2,600 plus including 80 crores of...
including 80 crores.
80 to 100 crores. We'll exceed it, but now we are committing to something and we want to achieve it and exceed it.
Got it. Okay, thank you, sir. Good luck for the subsequent quarters.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. Next question is from the line of Ashwini Agarwal from Demeter Advisors LLP. Please go ahead.
Good afternoon, Mr. Kapoor. Good afternoon, team. Just two questions. In the opening remarks, sir, you alluded to higher working capital, higher inventories in particular. If you could provide some insight into what happened.
When MD was talking about the higher inventories, it was in the context of P&L account. If you see our P&L account, in that increase in inventory is there to the tune of around 12.3 CR. And if you see the previous quarter, there was a decrease of inventories by 50 CR. So that effectively means that when we talk of the goods produced by our plants, those were almost at the same level. Out of the 602 CR of turnover that we achieved last quarter, 50 CR came from the existing inventories. Those were already manufactured. And this year, whatever sale has been achieved, like 533 CR, in that we have additionally produced around 12.5 CR of goods. So in that context, he was mentioning that manufacturing level came to the same level. So percentage of expenses, that gets distorted when we base it on the operating revenues only. So if we consider the increase and decrease in finished goods inventory, So we will see that both the quarters, the same kind of volumes were produced by us. So expenses were incurred to that tune. So that is why certain expenses in percentage terms, those are looking at a higher side this quarter, while it was not that much high as compared to the last down. Yeah, and the reason for this happened was that this quarter, a lot of our customers took shutdown. And because of shutdown, they had instructed us that they will need these components and we have to keep producing them.
We had to create extra inventories for them. They wanted 4 days or 6 days of stock or something.
It's not from the point of view of working capital. Working capital, not much of increases there in inventories. But with respect to P&L account, this has a significant impact.
So in the follow-up question to the first person who commented that we had our call around the 30th of May, and at that point in time, of course, we had hoped that things would recover in June, but they didn't, and therefore we landed up in the situation that we are. And now we are halfway through the quarter. We still have 6 weeks to go, but again, I'm asking this question purely because what's happening is that if the guidance doesn't get met on a quarter-to-quarter basis, then what happens is that there is a certain degree of skepticism that creeps in. So how confident do you feel that Q2 will be, better on margins on a quarter-to-quarter basis, or this is still a work in progress and, it's uncertain? Because if it is uncertain, then I think, it's better that we know it right now. Also because both Hero as well as Renault, from whatever figures I can see in the papers in terms of their monthly production and market shares and so on and so forth, they're kind of, struggling. So if the two main customers are struggling, then what is the basis for expecting that the September quarter will be better than the June quarter? That's the second question I had.
Renault, we are not very confident whether they're going to bounce back, but Hero should bounce back primarily because of the Diwali season that's around the corner. So this is the time we actually produce more for the season, and we are also confident that our price settlement will also take place in the next week, 10 days time. That's the more important part. But the other side is that our Maruti sales are going up, and the other customers, our exports and others, are also going up. So we've actually gone customer per customer to see what is the worst situation, what is the best situation. And keeping that in view, this is what we are saying is that the wheel production will start the day they do the settlement of the day. Okay, the full volume will start the day they do settlement. But we have decided that we will not. We were giving almost 80% of our supplies to them. But we've actually reduced it down now. In future, we are going to distribute it amongst Hero, Honda, Suzuki, and Bajaj, and Royal Enfield. So we are going to distribute it evenly amongst all, and whoever gives us a good price and better price. And if Hero doesn't give us a price, we are actually going to reduce our volumes over here.
Okay. And so finally, there was some discussion around the sale of the land at Gurgaon, and obviously it's a long drawn-out process. It's a big piece of land. Is there any update you can share with us?
There is no update, but in case you have, we've been talking to various people. You had also recommended that person. They came and they spoke to us, but he confused us more than he convinced us. So he is still to come and see us one of these days. The guys who would come to give us all details. Land the बारे No, we were in touch with the guy, but at the moment there's no update. There is nothing. There's no movement that has taken place.
Okay. All right. Okay. Thank you.
There were two possibilities. One is the outright sale, and one was the joint development. And outright sale, the amount that he was suggesting was similar to the joint development that was taking place. We said, why should I go for joint development and spend 4 years to get my money then to do outright sale? So I told him there's got to be some benefit I get in the, if you can help us there, we'll be too happy.
Okay. All right, sir. I'll take this subject offline with you. Thank you, sir. All the best.
Yeah, thanks.
Thank you. Participant, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. Next question is from the line of Sushant Verma, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hello, good afternoon, sirs. I'm disappointed with the numbers, to say the least. But what I am more concerned about is, since the time I attended the previous call versus today, somehow I feel your confidence level, or maybe you have become more tentative than what you were probably the last time. So as an individual investor, I'm quite worried now, because I'm not getting that certainty or that confidence from the management team. Although you have provided all the details, that I really understand and I appreciate as well. But I really hope that, considering that this industry and the industry that you are in, that has a lot of tailwinds, I'm hoping that the progress would be much more faster, and whatever you have planned would be achieved in the coming quarters. But as of now, I have become quite nervous, I would say, and I really wish to know that what is your confidence level as management team to achieve the numbers that you have stated.
So, Jati, we are very confident, and let me tell you that we worked out every detail. The only unfortunate part is that when we had to cut down intentionally the production to one of our main customers, and the second customer, they collapsed. Otherwise, we are very confident, and because our machines are fungible, we do shift the equipment from one to the other, so we don't waste our investment, which have actually happened. So when I mentioned about Honda and Suzuki and others, that was the day we decided to do that. The same day we approached them and we got approval done immediately. So we are very confident on what is happening, and to achieve the final numbers, and also to give you a better bottom line. That's for sure. Now, unfortunately, there's 100 crore loss, which we internally we are still pushing it. But to you, we are telling you in advance that we're going to lose 100 crores of sales, but the bottom line is still going to be intact. So our team is very confident, and we are on it.
Okay. Thank you very much, and all the best to you. Thank you.
But we would want you to visit us and come and see what all we are doing here.
No, sir, I definitely would want to, but as I said, between the 2 quarters, the calls for the 2 quarters...
This has been unfortunate what has happened, and because we've been begging about 1 year, that now 1 year is a long time. It doesn't take so long. And we were not being unreasonable, we being absolutely reasonable.
Sure. No, that I appreciate. You are candid and transparent. I know that. But I was just airing my apprehension.
No,
that's fine.
If I were you, I would have probably reacted the same way. But let me assure you that we are on top of it.
Fair enough, sir. Thank you very much, and all the best to you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Next question is from the line of Bhaskar Adi, an individual investor. Please go ahead.
Hi, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. My question is what is the share of Renault, turnover? And we are going to stop delivering.
No, we're not stopping. We're not stopping Renault, please. It is about. It was about 10%. It's come down to 6%, and it was about actually 12-13%, and it's come down to 6%. And but we are telling them, we are asking them very transparently, either you pick up the material or we transfer the equipment to some other program. So that's what we've been wanting to do. We have the requirement for the equipment, so we will transfer it very easily. But they were BMW was about 18-19% earlier, and they were about 12 to 16%, if I remember, 15%. Now they are 6%. So they have dropped drastically.
Okay. Sir, the second one is is there any new orders from BMW? Like we expected some big orders. Like is there any traction on that from BMW?
We received one order for electric vehicle components. That has already come to us. That's about 100 crores a year when it picks up. And there are other components that we are talking to them. And there's a lot of interaction taking place there.
Okay, sir. The last one is like on the defense side. In the last call, you mentioned that there will be some joint or partnership with someone that you're going to announce in a couple of months' time. Is there any progress on that?
Yes, there is. We're waiting for the orders to come. As the orders come, then we will make the announcement immediately.
Okay. Just, is it going to be before the annual general meeting, or it's going to take a couple of months more? Right?
Before the AGM?
Yeah.
Maybe around the AGM only. Maybe we can make the announcement then also. That's a possibility. Yeah.
Okay. That's it from me. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Yeah. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. Participant, to ask a question, you may press star and 1 on your touchtone phone. We have our next question from the line of Deepak Poddar from Sapphire Capital. Please go ahead.
Hello.
Yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to understand, what was the share of revenue from Hero in FY23 versus in first quarter of FY24?
See, Hero normally ranges between 30 to 35%. That's what, when we actually beat a vendor for 35-36%, now it is about 28-29%.
FY23 was 30-35% and FY first quarter was 28%.
It's about 28%.
No, 23 also it was around 30. 32%.
50 only. Earlier it was 35%. So it varies between 30 and 35% very normally, but now it's 27-28%.
27-28%. And are we still supplying to Hero, or because of the pricing issue we are right now not supplying?
Oh, we supply a bunch of components. We supply almost about 10 different types of components. So the jagda is on 2 components, to be honest with you.
And what would be the share of that, that 2-component revenue share?
That, whatever drop there is only on those components.
No, so drop in the sense, so you said...
let me tell you, those are the main components. One is the aluminum wheel and one is the clutch. The clutch has bounced back, and now I think we are back to normal. And on the wheel front, that takes about another week 10 days.
Yeah, that I understood. But this 2 component forms about, 10% of your revenue? That would be higher, right? 5 to 10%?
Clutch is about 10%, yeah.
10% of the total revenue.
Wheel business ज़्यादा हो जाता ना. Clutch alone is about 10%, and the wheel business should be around, I think, 15 to 20%. I think that I'm not. I'll have to do that. I'll have to get back to you on this.
No, but it is not of the total turnover. It is the turnover of the Hero.
Yeah, understood.
Hero.
So I understood. So around 10% would be clutch and 15 to 20% of the component. So total 25 to 30% of total Hero turnover would be these 2 components, right? Is my understanding correct?
Yeah. But we'll give you the exact figures since you asked us this question. Yeah.
Okay. And we expect this pricing issue to get resolved in next 10 to 15 days.
The clutch is already bounced back, and now it is the wheel which is left now.
Okay, sure. Yep, that's it from my side. Thank you so much.
ये भी हो जाएगा. It's not that the only thing that took a little too long.
Understood. Sure. Thank you.
Thank you. Participant, to ask a question, you may press star and 1. Ladies and gentlemen, anyone who wishes to ask a question may press star and 1 on the touchtone phone. As there are no further questions, I would now like to hand the conference over to the management for the closing comments.
Well, thank you so much for this meeting and also the questions. And please feel free to write to us or to talk to us or call us up and ask any other question that you would like to ask. We would like to be totally transparent, and we will take care that in future, in case there's anything to be shared with the shareholders, we will do it in advance, and we've taken a note of that. And let me assure you, we are on track, and this small small tension that we had with Hero because of the prices, that gave us that probably pushed us to get into other customers as well, and which is a good thing. And fortunately, they've all cleared us, and hopefully by the end of the year, actually end of the third quarter, we should start some supply to them. So this is a blessing in disguise, and this will also add further to our turnover. And so we are very happy on that account. And some of these customers were not even talking to us earlier because they said that we are related to the Hero family. But now that is passé, and so we took advantage of the situation. And so we will be supplying to all the other two-wheeler suppliers as well, customers as well. And but talking about the others, Maruti is doing very well. We are adding more and more components of Maruti. And Toyota, they are also increasing, and their volumes are going up. Kia, their volume is also going up. And all the other customers are doing well. It's mainly the commercial vehicles have also started picking up, so there also we are okay. And there are new sets of components which have also come in. On the export front also we are doing well. So we are okay as far as that is concerned, and let me assure you that we are on top of it. We had to take a tough call this time, and the tough call, this should lead to some good results. And this will also improve our bottom line. That's the other big advantage that we'll finally get. Yeah. Thank you so much for the call, and please do write to us in case of any questions.
Thank you. On behalf of Essential Technologies Private Limited, that concludes this conference. Thank you all for joining us, and you may now disconnect your lines.